Jack said. The emergency transmission crackled through the council chambers, sharp with panic. Commander Zekel of the Kryn stood before the assembled representatives, his chitinous plates clicking in agitation as he spoke. The infestation has reached critical levels on trading station Kepler-7, he announced, his translator rendering the nervous clicks and whistles into galactic standard. The Scree have breached 17 more sectors. We've lost access to the main food storage, 3 residential zones, and now they're approaching life support. Chen leaned back in her observer's seat, watching the alien delegates break into overlapping arguments. As humanity's newest representative to the Galactic Trade Council, she'd only been on the job for 3 months. This was her first real crisis. We've tried everything, pleaded Ambassador Thumb, a gelatinous Qualian who administered the station. Sonic deterrents, chemical repellents, even hired Draxan hunters. Nothing works. The Scree breed faster than we can eliminate them, and they're developing immunity to our toxins. The central holodisplay shifted to show the culprits. 6-legged, rat-sized pests with crystalline teeth that could chew through durasteel. According to the report, they'd hitched a ride on a cargo vessel 3 months earlier and multiplied into thousands, maybe millions. I propose we evacuate and decompress the entire station, suggested the Vin representative, his tentacles coiling with disgust. It is the only way to be certain. That would take months, Thumb protested. The economic impact would be catastrophic. Kepler-7 handles 40% of this sector's trade. We need another solution. Anna raised her hand. The chamber fell gradually silent. Most species still regarded humans with a mix of curiosity and skepticism. Newcomers to the galactic stage, barely 20 years past their first FTL jump. Yes, Representative Chen. Commander Zekel turned his multifaceted eyes toward her. I think I have a solution, Anna said, standing. But you're probably not going to believe me at first. 2 weeks later, James Rodriguez stood in the cargo bay of the human transport ship Pioneer's Pride, surrounded by rows of specialized containers. Each was climate-controlled, padded, and carefully secured. Inside them was Earth's answer to the Scree, 63 domestic cats. You're absolutely sure about this? Asked Captain Orin, a veteran spacer who'd transported some very strange cargo in his time. Because if this goes wrong, we're going to be the laughingstock of the entire galaxy. James grinned as he checked the readouts on the nearest container. Inside, a large orange tabby named Mango stretched lazily, utterly unconcerned with the fate of Kepler-7. Trust me, Cap. If there's one thing cats are good at, it's hunting vermin. We've got about 10,000 years of data on that. The ship docked at Kepler-7's quarantine bay. Waiting for them were Commander Zekel, Ambassador Thumb, and a dozen nervous security officers in full environmental suits. These are your weapons? Zekel chittered skeptically as James started opening the containers. They appear to be small, fur-covered mammals, apex predators. James corrected as Mango emerged and immediately began sniffing the air. The tabby's pupils dilated, muscles tensed. A Scree had made the mistake of skittering across the bay floor. Mango's body dropped low, tail flicking. A heartbeat later, he launched forward in a blur of orange. The scree didn't even have time to squeal. One pounce, one bite, and it went limp. The alien delegates recoiled in shock. By the void. Thumb gurgled. It killed a scree in seconds. Our weapons barely slow them down. Evolution, James said, releasing more cats into the bay. Cats descended from desert hunters, ambush predators, incredible reflexes, night vision, acute hearing. They can track prey by sound and vibration alone. And unlike your Draxan hunters, cats think hunting is fun. A sleek black cat named Shadow had already cornered to scree near a ventilation shaft. A calico called Patches was leaping effortlessly along the rafters, batting another one out of hiding. The security team watched in stunned silence as Earth's pets turned into efficient little killing machines. Anna arrived with the full deployment plan on a holoslate. We've brought trained barn cats, ferals, and even some spoiled house cats who think this is the best vacation of their lives. She explained, "We'll deploy them in teams across all infested sectors. Each cat has a tracking chip and a health monitor. But who will control them?" asked a skeptical cleric representative, his cilia trembling. James laughed. "Nobody controls cats. That's the point. You just put them where the vermin are and let nature handle the rest." Within 48 hours, the results were impossible to deny. Scree sightings dropped by 70% in the sectors where cats had been released. The animals moved with quiet, relentless focus, slipping into ducts, storage rooms, and crawl spaces as if the station had been built for them. The zero-gravity sections were unexpectedly entertaining. The cats adapted with horrifying speed to three-dimensional hunting, pushing off walls and crates, twisting midair, using tails as improvised stabilizers. They swung through the air in slow motion, then accelerated in a blur to snap up panicked scree. Commander Zekel stood on the observation deck, watching a long-haired Persian named Princess methodically clear an entire warehouse. She floated between crates with dainty grace, then turned vicious the moment a scree twitched. "Remarkable," he said quietly. "We spent millions on specialized equipment and professional hunters. Humans brought pets. We've been using cats for pest control for millennia," Anna said, joining him at the viewport. Ancient Egyptians practically worshipped them for protecting their grain. Medieval Europeans got rid of them and triggered a plague. We learned our lesson, eventually. And these cats require no payment? No complex contracts? Zekel asked. "Just food, water, and a bit of affection," Anna replied. "Some of them are very particular, though. Princess down there only accepts scratches behind her left ear, never the right. I learned that the hard way. By the end of the month, Kepler-7 was officially declared scree-free. The cats, now minor celebrities across the station, had settled into a routine of napping in sun lamps, patrolling favorite corridors, and accepting offerings from grateful alien merchants. The Galactic Council formally recognized Earth's feline pest control as a certified solution. Requests for cat deployments poured in from 12 other stations facing similar infestations. James stood in the recreation area, watching Mango purr loudly as a Quellian child gently patted his fur. The child's family had spent weeks displaced during the height of the infestation. Now, The kid giggled every time Mango's tail flicked. Who knew cats would be our best export? I said, leaning against the bulkhead beside him. Not an export, James corrected with a small smile. Ambassadors. Very furry, very deadly ambassadors. Mango's ear twitched. Somewhere in the ventilation system, a lone scree made the mistake of moving. The big orange cat's eyes snapped open. His muscles coiled. Without a sound, he slipped from the child's lap and vanished into the shadows. Hunting mode fully engaged. Earth's oldest little predator, bringing order to the stars, one hunt at a time.